This is the Bear League Fantasy Podcast. Bear League?
Bear League.
I'm your host, Tyler Rose, and we have some great content for you today. First off, we're going to go over a couple points, a couple key interest talking points that we want to go over, and then we will go into our this Week 3 matchups. So first off, we want to talk about Josh Gordon. He recently just got traded to the Patriots for a 5th-round pick. So what do you guys make of this situation? Do you think Josh Gordon is going to be fantasy relevant this season? Is this a long-term move for the Patriots? What are they going to do with him? Are they going to use him, or is he just going to be a decoy deep weapon? What do you think?
I think a 5th-round pick for him is an absolute steal. I mean, I feel like any team in the league could have offered that, but somehow the Patriots came out of it. So I think Josh Gordon is going to make an impact immediately. I think he's that deep weapon Tom Brady has been looking for. He's obviously a big wide receiver. He's going to play opposite Gronk, and I think he's going to flow perfectly. So
I agree. And this is, people are saying that this is like the best wide receiver Tom Brady's had since like Randy Moss. And Randy Moss tore it up. But now, I don't know if Josh Gordon's going to be Randy Moss, but he does have one of the greatest of all time throwing the ball now instead of, whoever the heck he's had in Cleveland for the last couple of years.
that's true. If there's a perfect place for him to go, it's New England. So
I agree.
Yeah, I bet you he got that phone call and he was like, wow, I did not expect that.
The only thing is, this is a guy who just has so much liability.
Yes.
And it's like, I have him on my fantasy team, and obviously I'm going to hold him just for the upside. But I'm like worried because I'm like, I might hold this guy the whole season, and he might do nothing. Like, he legitimately could just do nothing. But he also could be a freaking stud. I mean, it's so wide of a spectrum of his fantasy output of what he could have on the Patriots. Like, you just don't know because there's so many other weapons that they can throw to there too. I mean, he might be the number one, but they still have plenty of other people to throw the ball to. Like, I just don't know.
And there was a constraint on that trade about whether or not he's going to play active games, and if he doesn't play active games, then they get their
10 games. I think
10 games. If he doesn't play 10 games, then they get their 5th-round pick right back. So that means that New England at least has an idea that maybe there's some risk here.
I think he's going to play.
I think he's going to play too.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he has to play, right? Is that the rule? Is that what my understanding is?
Yeah.
Like he's basically has to play.
Yeah. Well, this is his shot. Like, he has to do it. Otherwise, I mean.
Yeah, but how many trades do you see go through a season with that kind of constraint on it? I don't know if I've ever seen any.
Mm-hmm. But it happens. I mean, I understand why, because he's had some hamstring issues in preseason, and he didn't play last week because of a hamstring issue, but it could be because of this whole situation we just found out about
Well,
now.
and the whole hamstring issue, from what I've heard, is that he went to a promotional event and injured his hamstring.
Which,
a lot of people are saying what's going on there. Like, it's a promotional event. Why are you hurting your hamstring?
I don't know. We can make light of it, whatever we want, but it doesn't matter. He's on the Patriots now. Only time will tell what he can do with Tom Brady.
in the end, it's worth a 5th-round pick. That risk.
Yeah,
it's a 5th-round pick
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he's going to be. He's not going to be what he used to be. I don't think he's got the speed that he used to have. I mean, I think he's a big target that they're going to use him a lot, but I don't think that he's the speedster that he was. So, I mean, I still think he's going to work out for him, but he's not the player he used to be. There's just no way. I don't know. So, yeah, good for him though.
Yeah, we shall see. Gets a new chance. All right, moving on. Next, we want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. So Patrick Mahomes is lighting the world on fire. Has broken NFL record for the best 2-game stretch for a quarterback in general. This is not a rookie quarterback. This is not anything like that. I mean, he's had the best 2-game stretch, like really ever, to open up a season. So, what do you guys make of it? Do you think he can keep on lighting the world on fire? I mean, this is the same conversation we had with Sean Watson last year. He was lighting the world on fire when he got the start. I mean, but then he got hurt. I mean, not saying that Patrick Mahomes is going to get hurt, but do you think he can keep up this pace? I mean, he's at a historic pace.
If you want to compare him to Sean Watson, I feel like he's more of an NFL quarterback. So I think he's got maybe more potential to be better in the long run, but I think he's going to cool off.
Yeah.
Either way.
He's definitely going to cool off. I think it's like Deshaun last year. I think he surprised defenses for how well he's playing the first 2 games, like jumping out to the hot start. But defense will start to figure him out and slow him down a little bit. I still think he'll do very well though. So.
He's in a good situation because he's with one of the best offensive minds in the game. I mean, Andy Reid's an awesome offensive.
Develops quarterbacks, that's for sure.
He does. Made Alex Smith into something. Not
Yep.
saying Alex is bad, but maybe he was a top quarterback last year. He's doing the same thing with Patrick Mahomes now. All right, moving on. So we had a very interesting situation happen in one of our leagues. So Tanner, Mr. Higgins, always somehow seems to find these just miracle trades that help save his season, and goes on, and these players do super well, and the player they trade away just goes to absolute garbage. So he made the phenomenal trade, totally fair, don't get me wrong, but Philip Lindsay for Allen Robinson, straight up, just 1 for 1. What do you guys make of this trade? And Tanner, you will get your rebuttal after we give our instances.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Granted, Philip Lindsay, whoever this guy is, has started off pretty well. But like I said, I think it's just a little spark he'll have, and then in a game or two, it's going to be Royce Freeman's backfield. He's, in my mind, as of right now, the franchise back. They drafted him to be that big back to rely on. So, yeah, I think it's Royce Freeman here in a game or two. And he's not going to look back. So
My thing is, some people are comparing him, Philip Lindsay, to like Alvin Kamara last year, and I'm like, he's not that. Like, he's having a good stretch, and they're like, well, he's just going to take over the backfield. And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I'm like, this guy was undrafted. I'm not doubting his talent. He's done phenomenal for an undrafted player. But nobody thought he could do it beforehand. He was undrafted, didn't go to like a big school. Like, they drafted Royce Freeman for a reason. That's what I'm saying is, like, Royce Freeman's obviously the touchdown guy. They're not going to give it to him on the 1 yard line. They're not going to give it to Phil Lindsay.
Exactly.
He's just going to be a pass catcher. He might be a really good PPR player.
it's true.
But I don't know if a standard league, if he has like a ton of season long value. Like, he's probably worth having on your team, but I would not trust myself starting him. There's no way. All right, Tanner, you may rebuttal.
Well, you don't have anything else to say, Cody?
Tanner's like, you guys are right.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was a sell high trade. I don't think it was like highway robbery. I definitely got the better end of the trade. I mean, obviously I'm the one that wanted the trade. You don't do that unless you think you're, I mean, you say our highest criticism of Alex is he just looks at stats, right?
Yeah.
So, which I agree with that. I definitely think Philip Lindsay is going to cool off eventually. I don't think he's not the next best thing. He really isn't. I mean, who knows, but probably not. I have a lot of faith in Allen Robinson because what I've seen so far is he's not scored a lot of points, but Trubisky threw to him. I watched the game last night, and Trubisky threw to him a bunch. Like, he targeted him a lot. And I think he had like 80 yards, but he had 10 receptions. Like, so.
And that's good. That's what you want. You want targets and receptions.
Exactly. And he's a big receiver. So, like, he's a big receiver, and he's not, like, known to be a Jarvis Landry. So, eventually he's got to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll go to him a lot when, they're playing easier defenses. So, I'm going to start him over, because my choice would be over Demaryius Thomas. So I actually think I have more faith in Allen Robinson than I do Demaryius Thomas.
He's more of a defined number one than Demaryius Thomas with Emmanuel Sanders.
I mean, it's not like it's not an amazing second receiver option, but he's better than what I had. So I mean, Allen Robinson was on his bench, and I just just shot for it, and he liked it. So that was the first trade I showed him. I wasn't really expecting much from it. I just sent it out there. He liked it, he accepted it. So yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But I don't think it's gonna this isn't gonna make my team. Like, you guys are upset, but
Doesn't hurt it.
this is not.
Sure the hell I don't make Alex.
I don't know if it's necessarily going to hurt him either. I don't think it's a help hurt thing necessarily, because he he's playing him, he's starting him, but he wasn't starting Allen Robinson anyway. So really, his starting lineup didn't change. So
Right.
he's choosing to play him. I mean, that's what you said, right? So I probably wouldn't do that, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, how can we why are we so quick to we're like, before the season even starts, James Conner, like he's gonna be amazing. Who the fuck is James Conner? And then all of a sudden, the Steelers running back,
Man with the best hair in the damn NFL. That's for sure.
the best running back replaces Le'Veon. We're like, oh yeah, he's the shit. Like, that's what also I think's like, at the same time, I don't understand. Like, we criticize Lindsey, but I mean, who's Connor?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
Better than Philip Lindsay, I can tell you that.
I agree.
But,
All right. Moving on. Anything else before we go into the games?
No.
All right. So for Thursday night's game, the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland is actually favored in this game by 3 points. I want to see the Browns win this game. I really, they have been so close in 2 of these games. I really want to see them win this one. And I think this is the one that they can win.
Repeat what you said before the podcast about the kickers, because I think it's absolutely true.
Yeah, so I think they will win, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. They're playing Sam Darnold at home. Cleveland's defense has been actually pretty good this year so far, and what I was telling them earlier, they are a kicker away from being potentially 3-0, definitely 2-0. So that's something to look at. I wouldn't fret if I was a big-time Cleveland fan yet. So still a lot of hope.
I think they'll beat the Jets. I think the Browns defense, I mean, their offense hasn't been that impressive yet. It hasn't. I'm not even that impressed with Tyrod. I keep giving him chances, but it just doesn't look that great. I mean, I don't know how good their line is, but their defense is pretty solid. If you can hold Drew Brees' offense,
Yeah,
that's impressive, especially away. Like, they were away.
And Kamara and Breeze,
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's impressive. So I think they're going to be too much for Darnold.
I agree.
And
He throws a lot of picks, though. He still is inexperienced and still young. Like, he has had a couple picks in both of his games.
So if the Cleveland offense is even remotely playing okay, I think Cleveland wins this game. I really do.
I hope so. So the only thing is that I think the Browns' offense might be hurt just a little bit from losing Josh Gordon. Now, Antonio Callaway is going to shine now and get his spotlight for it. So he might be able to take it over, and Landry's obviously going to get his, and Njoku might take a step up. I think Hyde's been doing pretty well. Like, he's not doing bad for fantasy. I mean, Tyrod's maybe okay, but if they lose this game, I think the city of Cleveland's going to be calling for Baker.
Especially if Tyrod does.
Yeah, exactly. And at home, like, you got to do it there. If you're going to do it anywhere, you got to do it
Yeah,
there.
make some throws.
I think this might be the week to start a Browns player if you do have one.
Yeah.
So something to look at.
I agree. All right. Cody, who are you taking this game?
I'll take Cleveland.
I'll take Cleveland.
I'm taking Cleveland for sure.
I'm taking them.
All right. Moving on to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. We have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Carolina Panthers. They are in Carolina, and Carolina is favored by 3 points.
I'm not surprised Carolina's favored. I don't know. Should we just? What about this Bengals train? I don't know. Like, you think the Bengals are going to lose them? Or
I like the way they're playing. They've been underdogs in every single game, and they've won by like 10 points each game.
Yeah. I don't know. They're going to score some points.
One of those is away, one of those is at home. So it's not like they were both at home or something.
I don't know.
They didn't play like, the freaking Patriots or, the Chiefs or something. But they played decent teams that put up points on them. I mean, the Ravens defense is no slum. I mean,
Yeah. I think that AJ Green will get another touchdown. I think he'll get one this week. I don't know. Maybe he'll have a better year. I'd like a really good year.
yeah. I just like the way the Bengals are playing that offense. And they are down Mixon, which does hurt them.
Oh yeah.
But
That sucks.
I mean,
Next man up.
yeah, exactly. I think they can still do it without him. Like, it's just they don't have that explosive guy to like hold the defense back. So
Yeah. Really depends on Dalton.
It all comes
It
down
really
to Dalton.
does. It seriously does.
It always comes down to Dalton.
I think McCaffrey, I'm waiting for him to have a 20-point game. I don't know if this will be the week, but I'm not saying McCaffrey is a 20-point monster.
He's
every
good
week,
though.
but he's got to have a really good. Eventually, he's going to have a really good game.
He just needs to get a touchdown.
And I think maybe against the Bengals defense. So
Yeah, the Bengals defense is good, but they're not the best. Like, middle of the road.
Facts.
Anything else?
No, I'll probably take I think I'll take Carolina in this game actually.
Yep. I'll take the Panthers by their 3-point spread.
I'll take the Bengals.
I'll take the Bengals.
All right. Next is New Orleans versus Atlanta, and they are at Atlanta, and Atlanta is 3-point favorites. I think this is gonna be a pretty good game. I think it's gonna be a freaking
It's always a
shootout.
good game.
Yep.
The line is 53 points. That's how much they think both the teams are gonna combine.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's pretty high. There are a lot of them sit around 43, 41. This one's at
I
53.
think it could almost be more than that, potentially.
Yeah.
Like a 40 to 50 game.
No,
Like, I would say high 30s maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, both defenses are kind of struggling right now, and both quarterbacks have the arm to obviously throw it downfield. You got Michael Thomas, Julio. I think it's a big day for both of them. So.
But Freeman's out.
Freeman is out.
He was out last game.
But that doesn't really matter. I don't think that really affects
They have
them.
a really good
It-
backup.
Tevin's
team.
very
It
good.
doesn't
Very
really
good.
affect them that much.
I like the way Michael Thomas has been playing.
Yeah.
He's been playing lights out.
Yeah.
Like
He
awesome.
really is. He just gets a little. He's someone, to me, he's never like super flashy, but he just gets it done. And I feel like each year he is improving. And these first couple of games, like he's showing even more improvement than he did last year. So yeah,
He's coming into
definitely
form
wanna
now.
Yeah, he really is.
Which I
Pretty
like.
much do it all.
I agree.
Who you guys want taking that?
Who was the favorites? Atlanta?
Atlanta's favored by 3 points.
I'm going to take the Saints. I'm a little biased. Drew Brees on my fantasy team. I just love him, so
It's fair.
I'm going to take Drew
It's
Brees.
tough. Who would you take? Can't.
I will take Atlanta.
Not you.
Atlanta.
I'll have to take Saints. I think so.
Split decision.
Yeah.
I like it. That just goes to show that we don't really know who's going to win.
Indeed.
It's gonna be a high scoring
Really
game.
don't.
It's gonna be really close.
Most likely going to be a tie.
I hope. You know what? I hope there's another tie. If every week that there's a tie, there's something going on. Some rule change is going on.
Exactly. It almost would be like beneficial for there to be a shitload of ties because maybe then they would consider changing stupid.
It's probably rough in the passer rule that's called
That
ties.
rule
Rule.
is shit. Like they've changed
It
that
is.
rule.
They're making some bad calls on that.
That is.
They're making some bad
Clay Matthews.
That's-
Did you see the Clay Matthews where he literally did nothing, but they
Oh,
said that he put
bang,
his
bang,
weight
bang.
on him?
Which is subjective.
It's such a gray area.
Yeah, it is.
And it's so bang bang in football. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, not hit him? What are you supposed to do? Just like
It's football.
push him over?
They
I
almost
don't
need
know.
to like. I would hate to see this happen, but they almost need to like review roughing the passer calls, just to like one of the only things they could like calls that they could overturn if they were like we looked at this again because even in like you're like you said bang bang like it looks a lot sometimes it looks a lot worse than it actually is.
especially from whichever angle, because I mean typically the referee's right behind the quarterback. I mean they're just gonna see a push. Like it's hard.
I don't know. I guess like what are they looking for? The guy to just run like just push the quarterback, just
So,
straight push
yeah,
him.
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Not wrap up his legs. Not
So you
not
can't aim
land
for his
on
legs.
him.
You can't go head first, and you can't put your body weight on
Somebody
him.
should just hug him and push him. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you can't pick him up. That's what got Clay Matthews. They said that he picked him up.
Oh, you can't.
I'm going to
you
disagree
can't-
with that. You know, they actually reviewed that after the game and upheld it. They're like, yeah, it is roughing the passer.
Gotta be kidding.
It's whatever.
I mean, they do.
Whatever. All right, moving on. So next is Denver is at Baltimore, and Baltimore is favored by 5 points in this game.
Denver is
Baltimore is favored by 5
Oh.
points.
not bad.
I think Baltimore's going to come out probably kind of angry. They got beat down by Cincinnati, and it was kind of unlike them because we know the Ravens as a tough defense, hard to score on, and we pretty much score at will. So I'm going to look for Baltimore to come out and definitely change a lot of things up and take advantage of the
I
situation.
think it's going to be a low scoring game. It's going to be a low scoring game.
I can see that. Those are
I
two
feel like
good
Denver
defenses.
games always are just so low scoring, just all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Von Miller is still, man, like a beast. Like we forget about him, but I don't know, he slows him down.
Yeah.
So
I know C.J. Mosley, the linebacker for Baltimore's questionable this weekend now, so he helps that out a lot. He's just been hurt, so.
Has he been at the last couple games?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, he hasn't
I don't
played
think
at
he's
all.
played yet, yeah.
Okay.
I did see today that he's questioned.
I think I'm gonna take Baltimore. I would take like 20-17 outside of Baltimore. I think this game.
I agree. I think Justin Tucker can bomb a 50-yard win or a 49-yarder.
I definitely think there's gonna be some field goals kicked in this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
I will take Baltimore.
I'll go the same.
All right. Next would be the New York Giants are at Houston, and Houston is 6-point favorites. And a 41.5 line.
I think this is also like a redemption week for Houston. They're 0-2.
I mean,
No one's really expected that, I guess. Deshaun's kind of out to a shaky start. I can see this being a high-scoring game.
it's
Also,
the Giants 0-2 as well.
I believe so.
Is that? Yeah. So it's kind of a redemption.
I just feel
week
like
for
people-
Yeah, both of them are 0-2 teams.
I would say it's going to be this is a really key game for both of them because if either one of them, whichever team goes 0-3, they're going to be, oh my God, like, what is the deal? Like, now we have Saquon now, like, and we can't win a game. We can't, like, you know what I mean? People are going to be, like, itching, they're just sick and tired of losing. So, I like, same thing for Houston. I mean, they know they got all this talent and they have faith in Deshaun, but they go 0-3, they're just like, what's the deal? Like, we just cannot win. And they're always in close games. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It sucks.
No, I agree. And I think this is when Houston can get it going. I don't think that Giants defense is any good.
correct.
I mean, the Houston defense I don't think is as good as what we think it is. Like, their defensive line's good, but I don't know if their secondary is great.
Yeah.
Like, I think Eli, as long as that offensive line can protect him, I think he's going to be able to throw it and make some stuff happen.
Has Odell not caught a touchdown yet?
No,
He hasn't really done well the last
First game he had like 111 yards, and then last game like 50. So I think this could be the game where he kind of breaks out a little bit.
Here's the thing though, is that the Giants have played two tough defenses,
True.
the Jacksonville and the Bears.
It's true.
That's a tough road.
Yeah,
That's tough sledding. Like, it doesn't matter what.
Giants didn't play the Bears. They played Dallas. didn't
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
play
sorry.
Dallas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The
that's
Bears
Russell.
was last
that's
time.
a rivalry. Like they always play each other tough. So I can see why Odell didn't break out. So
Yeah. He was still getting 8 up though.
yeah, that's true.
I like to see the Saquon Zeke jersey trade. I don't know if you guys seen that or not, but
So
Those are
like
two
that.
studs, man. Alright. Anything else? Moving on. Alright. Next, Tennessee is at Jacksonville. There's not a line or a favorite in this game yet because I think they're waiting to see if Marcus Mariota plays or not to come up with a line for it. I think we all kind of know who the favorite will be, though, which is going to be Jacksonville. They look pretty good.
Yeah.
They're at Jacksonville. Like,
Yeah, I'd say if you beat the Patriots, you're pretty good. So
I don't think it matters if Marcus plays or not. I think Jacksonville's going to win
Yeah.
pretty handily.
I think they would win.
So
Yeah.
that'll be a tough game to play really any Titans.
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe Dion Lewis because they're going to be behind probably and they might have to throw it. That might be a play like there, but I don't know who else you can start. Like, because if they're not up, like that's the thing with these two running backs for Tennessee is that if you're up in the game, Derrick Henry is probably going to do well because they're going to run the ball. If they're behind, Dion Lewis is going to get a lot more catches because they're just going to pass the ball and dump it off to him a lot more. But there's no way you can tell what is going to happen. Like this one is probably a little bit easier than most to predict on what's going to happen, but it's still just so tough. Like you just have no idea.
I actually took Derrick Henry out of my lineup, so
Yeah.
don't really have faith in that matchup this week.
No, I agree. I would do the same. If you have Derrick Henry and you have another option that's like kind of close, I know you probably invested some capital in him, but this just isn't the best opportunity to play him, I don't think.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
agree.
But now the Jacksonville side, what do you guys think about Leonard Fournette? Do you think he's gonna be back this week? Think they bring him back this week? I think they're gonna win pretty handily against
Probably not.
like.
Maybe he gets a little bit of time.
I would say it depends how he feels completely. If he's not like 100%, I don't think there's any point in rushing him back this
Yeah.
week. They did just fine against the Patriots without him.
Yeah, I mean they're 2-0, so they're gonna make a playoff run.
Yeah.
Like they need to save him, and he is an unreal talent in the NFL. So, I think if TJ Yeldon's still on your waiver wire, I would be shocked if he was. But go get him. Like if he's out there, he's gonna
Weekly
play.
play right there.
I mean he splits time with what was his name, like Ryan Grant, some Grant or something like that. But he's still good. Like they're still floor flexing, maybe RB2 in a pinch. So, especially with a bunch of hurt running backs right now. But one person I want to talk about is Blake Bortles. He threw 4 touchdowns last week.
He just finds a way to surprise us like every week.
He's the best, worst quarterback I've ever seen.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
He
And he has like no legitimate wide receivers, that like big name wide receivers
Yeah, he really doesn't.
No.
to throw to, and he just does.
It's
Makes it happen.
Just when you got a great defense like that, keeps you in the
Helps you.
games.
Takes
like,
pressure off.
Gives you good field
eventually-
position.
Yes, eventually you're going to get something going. You know what
Yep.
I mean? You get one drive going. That's what happens. They just like I feel like maybe defenses get worn down a little bit, or just like the field position's big, and he just gets it done.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I agree. All right, I will take Jacksonville in this game.
Agreed. Jacksonville.
I think we'll all agree Jacksonville.
I think we missed the last one, the Giants in Houston. I will take Houston.
I'll take the Giants.
I'm taking Houston.
Giants.
All right. Well, the next one, San Francisco is in Kansas City. And the Kansas City is favored by 6.5 points. I got a feeling this game is going to be a shootout. This is a 56.5 point line. That's big.
Wow.
I think it's going to be a lot of points are going to be scored in this game. So don't start any of the defenses.
Yeah.
But start all their
I
offensive
would.
players. That's what I would do. I love Garoppolo in this. I don't think Kansas City's defense has played good at all. I think they might have scored a lot of points. They've gave up a lot of points too.
I think they just
That's
outscored
the
their
thing.
opponent.
So you
That's
think
it.
I should keep Breida at the flex?
I probably would for this game
Yeah.
for sure. Like I'm going to start Garoppolo.
What do you
So-
guys think of Breida?
I like him a lot more than what I did. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season when I heard Jerick McKinnon got hurt, I'd be like, well, I want Alfred Morris more. But I don't know, Breida just has that pass catching ability, and he's the NFL leading rusher right now. Do you guys know that? He's leading the NFL in rushing yards. Ain't that about dumb? That's pretty
So
freaking
he had a 22-point week last week, and it's only because he busted like an 80-yard touchdown at the end of the game. So I'm not sold yet. Maybe it's because Tanner beat me last week with that play.
It's good to get salty.
On both,
Yeah.
both that probably did it in both leagues, I think, didn't it? So
Because the Bears defense got a lot, so if he
Yeah.
would have just stayed where he was.
Yeah, I started Breida in both leagues.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good pickup. I mean, whoever has him, start him, put him out there. He doesn't have anybody that's going to. The only thing Breida has to worry about is getting hurt. Otherwise, he's going to be a fantasy viable asset the rest of the season. I mean, he's not like, Jerick McKinnon's going to come back and take his spot. That's not going to happen.
No.
So,
He's definitely going to get chances too.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to favor him
For
even
sure.
more now.
yeah, I really think he's the back to own out there. In San Francisco, I should say. But on Kansas City side, Jesus, I think everybody on the Kansas City offense produced. Like everybody.
It's true.
I think Kareem Hunt got a touchdown. Travis Kelce got like 2 touchdowns. I think Sammy Watkins even did good.
Tyreek Hill didn't do that hot.
I don't think he did bad though.
He got
Yeah.
15
He
points.
had 20 people.
Last week?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Keep up with your boyfriend, Cody.
But I like Patrick Mahomes in this game. I think if he's gonna do it again, he'll probably do it again this week. I think they're gonna. I mean, they're in Kansas City, so he's gonna be in front of the home crowd. I think people play better when they do that. So can't hurt him.
It's true.
As much as it hurts me to say it, I'll take Kansas City in this game.
Kansas City.
I'm going to take Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to say San Francisco, but I like Kansas City at home. All right. Next one is going to be Oakland is at Miami. Miami's favored by 3 points.
Miami's favored by 3 points.
That shocks.
They're 2-0.
They're 2-0.
Really?
The Raiders are 0-2.
My projection was Miami's going to be the worst team in football this year.
Yes.
So far, it's not looking like that, but I'm still not, I guess, sold. I know it's early, but I just don't. They don't have no firepower on offense.
I mean, they got receivers, so I feel like the receivers aren't that bad.
Kenny Stills,
I mean, they're not
Vontae
bad.
Parker.
Yeah,
he's hurt right now. ain't
and Dola's hurt.
What do you guys think of Kenyon Drake?
He's just an average guy.
he? Yeah. As long as that offense isn't high powered, like I just see him being average.
Who would you rather have, Kenyon Drake or a player I say? So Kenyon Drake or Marshawn Lynch?
Probably Drake.
depending on who they play.
Kenyon Drake or Matt Breida?
Probably Breida.
Kenyon Drake or TJ Yeldon? As long as Leonard Fournette's out.
Drake.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I like what Amari Cooper did last week. I'm very biased because I'm in my dynasty league, and I hope he does very well.
What did he score?
He got like 12 points. Yeah.
Without a touchdown. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
So he got like 9 receptions. I think he did fairly well. But you just never know. Like I think that's what he's going to be. He's going to be like he's going to have some good games. He's going to have some really bad games. Maybe they'll throw it to him a lot more and get it into his hands. I think he's hard to trust.
It sucks too because there's so much potential.
There is.
So much.
The good news is what I like is that he's still pretty young. He's not getting old. He's only like 24. Not that old at all.
Yeah.
All right. So I will take.
I'm taking Oakland.
Yeah, I'm taking Oakland.
I'm taking Oakland.
I'll take Miami.
I think. Yeah.
I like Miami. All
I
right.
just beginning of the season, I would not have expected Miami to go 2-0.
I'll just pull it out.
If there's going to be a time where Oakland gets their first win, this could very easily be that week, but we shall see. All right, next one up is going to be a really tight game. Buffalo is at Minnesota. Minnesota, listen to this, is favored by 17 points.
Wow, that's pretty.
Holy,
That's a lot for.
Okay,
crap.
but how many points did Bills get last week? Like 10?
I didn't know they had 17.
17.
I just don't even think it's going to matter. They don't even have LaShawn McCoy anymore. He probably won't even play this week. Why would they rush him back against Minnesota?
That's true.
And who's their backup? Chris
I
Ivory?
saw somewhere
Yeah,
he's
I'm
not
actually
expected
picking
to
Chris
miss time.
Ivory up just for the shits and giggles.
No, I mean,
They have another running back who's probably going to play a little bit.
Oh,
well, they're probably just going to split time. Like, you just don't know. But
Watch Chris Ivory score like 2 touchdowns and Taryn trades him. That's the first stud.
that's what happens.
I'll trade him for Sean McCoy to Dylan.
But yeah, I mean, dude, I like the way Minnesota's playing. Like, they're scoring a lot of points. They're putting up some numbers. Diggs and Thielen are both awesome wide receivers right now. Like, I was surprised because I'm a Diggs truther, but I thought that one or the other receiver would break out and the other one wouldn't do as well. There'd be one person that would surpass the other, but they're like pretty freaking even right now, and it makes it real interesting for mine and Figley's beer pet. But I'm just saying, like, it's good that they're both doing well. Like, I like that. And Rudolph had a really good game last week too.
Yeah.
I don't think he even got a touchdown.
He's had like 7.5 points both
Yeah.
weeks from their touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean that's
You
Yeah.
could almost have Diggs and
I mean-
Thielen and be okay.
yeah.
So
I mean,
far.
legitimately, you could have both of them. And Kirk Cousins is
Yeah.
lighting it up, man.
That's true.
He's doing really well.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
That team's good.
Rudolph, that's solid because I mean that means he's getting thrown to a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, no touchdowns, but
Well, the first game he had, his
7
only
yards.
catch was a touchdown.
uh,
first
gotcha.
But
That's-
last
that's
week
true,
he
that's
didn't
true.
have any.
That's true.
But I mean, he still got. That's all he needed. That's all you need from retired is touchdowns, and their fancy days made. Like they did well. So, but yeah, I like that team. I like any offensive weapon on that team, Dalvin Cook included. Like,
Yeah, I think he's finally going to break out this
this
he's
week
had
he's gonna
a-
have a game.
9 and 8 week, like 2 weeks so far. So I think this week is where he's
Yeah.
going to shoot up. So
Yeah.
I think you can't go wrong with picking any of their players this week. I'm looking forward to Kirk Cousins because I got him in Dynasty.
Oh yeah,
Looking forward to him scoring.
he's gonna be good.
not-
He's gonna be good.
if you have the Vikings defense, start
I
this
got
week.
yeah. That's what I'm also
Goodness.
looking forward to.
You're just
Absolutely.
locked in
No
for
matter
20
what.
points
No matter
on your
what.
fantasy league. Good night. Oh my god.
This is the week they get like -5.
Yeah.
Buffalo just comes into their house and wins. That would be stupid. All right,
And this is at Vikings.
this is at Minnesota.
Oh wow.
Man. This is a bloodbath about that. All right, I'll take the. We don't need to discuss this. I think everybody's gonna take the Vikings.
Yeah.
All right, next one is Indianapolis is in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is favored by 6 points. I think this might be a good game. Andrew Luck has been playing pretty well. Not bad.
No,
But
I
not
agree.
great, but not bad for being, 2 years off.
Who did they beat last week?
Indianapolis.
Redskins.
Yeah.
They beat them too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That surprised me.
Carson Wentz is back and starting this week, so I'm really looking forward to that. So,
He's gonna come out hungry.
I think he'll pick up right where he left off last year.
I just hope he doesn't try to overdo it and try to do too much.
Mhm.
He needs to understand that, they're a good team, and my only thing is that they wouldn't feel comfortable putting him back in the game if he wasn't
Exactly,
absolutely
it's
ready.
true.
Right. And they
They're not gonna
they
ruin the
haven't
franchise
They haven't needed to anyway,
No.
either way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not like they're
He's
desperate. They're
definitely-
0-2 and they need to start winning games.
They're
They're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, they are 1-1, but you could be 0-2 like the Steelers or something.
True.
I mean, you're not in a bad situation.
1-1 in the NFL is like nothing. So.
And I think the Indianapolis defense is not a tough defense to go up against, so it's a good way for him to get back and not putting him out there to fail and lower his confidence or anything.
Yeah.
Did you see what they're favored by?
6 points.
6.
So you taking?
I'll take Philadelphia then.
I'm taking Philadelphia.
I'm taking Philly.
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 All right. Next one is going to be Green Bay is at Washington, and Green Bay is favored by 3 points. Rodgers looks pretty good. That knee probably sucks and it really hurts.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't play, that team is not going
I
to
mean,
be true.
either team could have won last week, but he was able to. How about I forget? Did they score 30?
It was like 29 or something.
Yeah. I mean, he put up.
That's a heavyweight battle right there.
Yeah, heavyweight battle. And I mean, it worked out for me. I remember I said I wasn't going to start the Vikings defense last week, and I started the Jets, and that actually worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Because the Vikings had like 2 or 3 points, and the Jets had 9 points. And I did it for both leagues, so that was a big difference.
Like magic
honestly.
bullshit.
I mean,
It was just a good
it's
decision.
It's not that bad of a decision. I mean, it's not always the most favorable thing to do, but I mean, you knew that Aaron Rodgers is going. I mean,
Yeah.
when you got someone that good, I mean,
Yeah.
they just make it happen.
And they were in Lambeau.
I feel like I would have still started Minnesota for some reason.
I probably
I
would have
would.
too.
That is, I mean,
Depends on if I had somebody that is just I didn't like on my team and I had the room to
True.
drop them. So otherwise, I wouldn't have got rid of an asset to go
Yeah.
pick up a defense.
Well, I dropped Marlon Mack, so if you want to go pick him up, you can. Because I'm not gonna be able to, because waivers out, but I don't really care about him that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's been hurt. I don't know if that Indianapolis O-line's that good. I mean, he's probably going to get his and do well, but
it's hard to
you
tell.
just don't know. Those other 2 running backs have done pretty well for him. I will take. We didn't even talk about Washington, but what do you think of Chris Thompson?
Oh, we
Tanner.
never mentioned another trade too.
What do you think? What do you think of Chris Thompson?
You know what? I'm gonna be rooting for him. Him and Philip Lindsay. I don't even care.
You
if
probably
they-
should because you feel
they're
so
they're
bad
not,
about those trades.
They're not on my team, but I will curse them with good luck. They don't
Higgins wants
deserve
Philip Lindsay to drop 20.
They have
So
Higgins' blessing.
It is. See, Alex is probably smart for trading because if he didn't, all Alex's players would have got hurt.
It's true. You lose if you trade with Tanner, and you lose if you don't trade with Tanner.
The thing about Chris Thompson is he's reliable. He really is. He gets in the game a lot. Like he's a third down back. But if you really think about it, like teams getting to third down, there's a lot of third downs and a lot of second and longs. It happens all the time. So like he gets in I don't know what like per snap count, like what him between Adrian Peterson. I'm sure Adrian gets in the game more, but I know that they use Chris Thompson a lot, and I think that Alex Smith likes him.
Yeah.
And
Safety net.
yeah, exactly. So what do you have, like one rushing yard?
He literally had like 3 rushing yards and 99 receiving yards.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about Adrian Peterson? He'd probably have a really good game against
Yeah.
Colts.
He's worth having on your team. If you need to flex him out, there's worse options out there. He's a good plug for a possible touchdown. I mean, he's looked actually pretty good. Like, he hasn't really looked too bad. Like, I thought he'd come out look a little bit slower, older, but he looks pretty explosive right now. Now, whether he can keep that up throughout the whole season,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Like, those just running backs just get worn down.
That's the one thing
He's
I
older
noticed
as
about
well.
older running backs is
Yeah.
they may look really good at the beginning of the season, and then you might want to consider getting rid of them
Yeah.
near halfway because their production just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like that one year I got rid of Chris Johnson to Rose for Deshaun Jackson. So,
Yep.
Memories.
Yeah, great.
Reminisce a little
Well,
bit.
Trevor Tanner. But, all right. I will take Green Bay in this game.
I will also take Green Bay.
I'm gonna take Green Bay in this
Green
as
Bay.
well.
But I'm a Packers fan.
Even though I love Alex Smith.
I do. All right, moving on to 4 o'clock games. We have the Chargers versus the Rams at the Rams, and the Rams are 7-point favorites.
I'm gonna take the Rams. I think
Yeah.
they're the real deal, man.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be
they're
good.
like,
It's
I
gonna
think
be a
this is
really
gonna be
good game, but I don't know.
Something
That's
about
all
the
it
Rams,
is.
they are so smooth and everything
They
they
are.
do is just, they just click on
We
all
talk about it
cylinders
every time.
every single
Yeah.
time.
Their defense is really good, and their
Yeah.
offense is just lights out. Like,
It's amazing. It
they
is.
just have a really good team.
That's
I would love to see this team go on and win a Super Bowl.
I agree.
Love it. Absolutely love it. That team, that Rams franchise and program has been so bad for so long. And they're finally
Been a
have just a power. They said that this week was the first week the Rams have been number 1 in the power rankings ever.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
this is their year. And I think that's why they went out and spent money to go get defensive players. And they're like, we're gonna make a run and we're gonna do it
Yeah,
at the
they
Super
think
Bowl
they're
this year.
gonna win.
They use all of their cap space, and that team's gonna fall apart here in about a year or 2, maybe 3. But I think they want to win a Super Bowl.
They
this
can
year.
win now.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
the goal.
Yeah.
They got a pretty good running back.
You don't get to do it very often.
And Gurley is the best. There's no question. It's not even close.
I want your opinion, Tyler. You picked up Saquon Barkley first pick in the dynasty.
Yeah.
Do you take that back for Gurley at this point?
Not really. I mean, there's points where I'm like, man, having Gurley would be pretty freaking nice right now.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, if you look at the stuff, Saquon Barkley is a 5th ranked running back. I mean, he's not doing bad. It's not like he's a bust. I mean, he's their only. Him and Odell are literally it on the Giants. Maybe Evan Ingram, but that is definitely it.
I think Saquon
So-
could be Todd Gurley if
Yeah.
he had an offensive line to block.
That's what I think the Giants can work on. And like, yeah, they might not need a quarterback in a year or 2. They probably do, but I think they're going to work on their offensive line next year because I think they know they need to address it. And they probably go sign some people or draft a rookie or 2 with their first round picks. I mean, they've got the running back to do it, but I don't know. That's more of a future pick for me. Like, he's 3 years younger than Todd Gurley, and I don't know. I mean, this year he's probably not going to be better than Todd Gurley, barring injury. But I mean, I like him. Is that a problem?
I'm grateful you did. I'm grateful you did that because my next pick, because I wasn't expecting Todd to be there. I would have picked Le'Veon, and I would be one mad person right now.
Yeah.
Just think about that. How different our teams could be with just the one pick
It's true.
of mixing stuff up.
So I'm gonna just brag for a hot second.
Please, Tanner.
You always do this, man.
So I'm pretty good at. I've had McKinnon go down, and I don't even have Le'Veon in both leagues, and I'm still able to maintain a good lineup, and I still think I can win. And I feel like some of the other guys in our league, they lose somebody like that, they're done. They're done.
They don't make any key moves.
You gotta like,
kind of just their
You
mindset.
gotta be active, pay
you gotta
attention.
make some moves,
Yeah.
man. Like, if your team's into stress, like you gotta make some moves. Like you just have to. And I think like some players in our league, they overvalue. They hold on to their players sometimes, and you can get more assets for, you get a lot more really great assets for your amazing player. You know what I mean? So.
And I think something we've learned this year at least is last year there were just trades after trades after trades every week happening, and this year, well, those two trades I think are the.
Oh, I think it's going to be trade central here.
It's
Once bye weeks
it's
start coming
early.
around, it's gonna.
Yeah, it's early. So.
We haven't even gotten to bye. That's when your true test of how good.
Cody,
your
you're
team is.
wrong. Okay.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just like bringing up bye weeks. Like that's something you gotta kind of think about a little bit coming up. And that's a good thing for our listeners. Is like you don't have to worry about it right now because we're going to week 3. Nobody has a bye week until like week. I don't think anybody has week 4, but maybe like week 5 at least, 5, 6.
Yeah.
That's when the true test of how good your team is. That's when it shows your depth because you need a little bit. I mean, you're gonna play some people that have their studs out. You're gonna have some of your studs out too. How can you handle some adversity and like make some good pickups and stuff and plan for that? I mean, just start thinking ahead on like if you need to.
Want to laugh, but if Chase doesn't have Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like whoever plays him against that week is probably gonna get a W.
You know what? I bet I play Higgins when Tiger is on. I bet I play Bueno and he beats.
All right, good stuff. So I will take the Rams in this game.
You too.
I think we all.
Yep.
Yep.
I think we all should.
All right. Next one would be Chicago is at Arizona, and Chicago is 6-point favorites.
Is that an 8 o'clock game?
That is a 4:25 game.
Okay.
I like Chicago's defense, especially against a very mediocre Sam Bradford. That offense isn't moving at all, and the Bears' defense is electrifying when you watch them. Like Khalil Mack's the center. It's amazing to watch. So
He's just stupid.
he's strong. He's
Oh my
fast.
God.
He's
like
really good.
playing like he wants it back.
Yeah, he does. He got paid. He got what he wanted,
Give
and now he's
$140
giving,
million.
he's giving it all the effort. Man, he's
True.
not backing. Both of those games that they've played in, he has been an absolute difference maker
Yeah.
on the field. He has been a nightmare for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's gotten like a couple strips, like both games or something, like definitely sacks and stuff. Like he's just a powerhouse.
And you can tell he's having fun because he's talking, hyping his teammates up. That's when you know you're into the game. And
I think he likes being with the Bears.
does.
It's a good city.
He's
to play
getting
for.
blocked. He's getting double teamed and still stripping the ball.
Yeah, that's all good. I think if Arizona doesn't win this game, I think they make the quarterback change. Even though they invested money in Sam Bradford, he is not getting the job done. And they need to do something about that. They need to give David Johnson the ball more.
David Johnson has too much talent to be.
They're not
Yeah.
throwing him the ball. They're just handing it off to him a couple times. He's not in the passing game.
They said he's
They
on
need to
line
use
up
him in
at
the passing
slot. He's on the lineup as slot.
That's where
a
he
lot
succeeds at, is in the passing game. He's a very, very good pass catcher.
Yeah, he is.
And they need to use him. They gotta mix something up. That team has been terrible. Them and the Bills are in the running for worst place. Like, it's bad. But I think also one thing I want to bring up though, I don't think Mitch Trubisky's that good.
No, I don't either.
He looks shaky and nervous and like I don't even know.
He's got a lot of talent. He just makes some bad decisions sometimes, and I feel like you don't know what you're going to get with him. You really don't. Like, he's going to look really amazing someplace. He's going to look really bad someplace.
Yep.
And they're even pointing it out. Like, I think last night, Jason Witten was announcing, and they showed a play, first game, forget who they played, but he had a man, he had his tight end, they're down on the 15 red zone, getting ready to score, had a man wide open. He rolled out, bootlegged right,
Oh, I saw that.
and had a tight end. He was staring at him, staring at him. But they said that that was his fourth option or third option, so he passed that up and he went back to his first option, threw it on the other side of the field, the running back, which was what the play was supposed to be, and he got sacked. So I just think his decision making is just not the greatest sometimes. He's got a lot of talent, but he just doesn't.
When someone's open, you don't look at reads anymore. Sometimes you gotta play ball.
Yep.
Like if he's open, he's open.
Exactly. So I think they're going to win. I'm going to pick them though. I think they're going to win this game.
No, I agree. I don't think that Arizona team's good enough to do it. I think that Chicago team's looked good. They just
Good. Yeah.
they just played some teams. I
Good.
think that defense will just hold them in the game, and
Yeah,
the
exactly.
offense will move the ball.
Good thing the defense is good because that lets Mitch Trubisky keep his job.
Yeah,
more
seriously.
safe. Seriously, it really does.
I'll take Chicago in this game.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think everybody will.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We have Dallas is at Seattle, and Seattle was 1.5-point favorites.
Is this an 8 o'clock
This is not an 8 o'clock game. I will say it when it's an 8 o'clock game.
game? I'm just sick and tired of the same teams always being
They're
an
all-
8 o'clock game.
it is
always.
It's always.
Like I get it, it's on the West Coast, but Seahawks aren't that great anymore. Can we see somebody else? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
oh my God, that's
Right.
all I'm saying.
And the
I
Cowboys.
don't know.
Cowboys are.
The Bears have been to two primetime games in a row.
Yeah, you're
They're
right.
on Sunday and Monday night.
You're right. Like, why?
I don't know. All right, anyway, let's talk about the game. So, are you guys scared for that Dallas team? They did get a win against the Giants, but are you guys worried?
No. What do you mean scared?
Just like fantasy production, Zeke, Dak.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I keep saying like people have like a ceiling. I don't think Dallas's ceiling is that high. Like they don't have playmakers who can like stretch the field really. They have Zeke obviously, but he needs help also. He can't just do it all himself.
Yeah.
And they need a passing game to be
They
able to
need,
open up the
they
field.
need a passing game.
And I think it does hurt Zeke a little bit, his performance this year.
Definitely does.
No, yeah, they definitely need it. But one thing I want to talk about is Seattle. What do you guys think of Russell Wilson?
He's still the same great player that he is, but his I feel like his O-line just gets worse
Yes.
and worse and worse, and it comes to a point to where he plays someone like Chicago. He can't. I mean, eventually he can't get away, no matter how much the dude can make magic happen. Like he got sacked. Like I can't remember how many times he got sacked last night.
It was a lot.
Bunch, and it wasn't his fault. He just he can't.
I can't believe that offensive line has been a problem for so long, and are they even trying to address it? Have they taken any offensive linemen in like the draft?
I don't know. I don't get it.
What the hell?
Really don't get it.
I don't know how
It's
you go
like-
that long with a bad offensive line. And everyone knows that your
You
weakness on
can't
your team
just-
is an offensive line.
God, he's got to get. If I was Russell Wilson, I'd get sick and tired
Yeah.
of running for my life. He's got gassed. In his back's got to hurt so much every
He
game.
keeps them in games though. Like
That's
he
good.
makes do with
Yeah.
below average talent.
He is a very good quarterback.
He is. He
I
makes do.
love him. I have him in 2 leagues, and I love him. Absolutely love him.
How many fantasy points did he have last
He
night?
he got like 15, 16,
Okay.
and he had a terrible game.
Yeah, that's true.
The Seattle played terrible, and he still had a
He did.
good-ish fantasy
Yeah.
game. That's what he can do. And yeah, it was probably from a garbage time touchdown that probably made his day. But the fact that he can do that, and their team is playing super bad, and he can still do it, that shows the talent of him.
What do you think about that tight end Disley for Seahawks?
Did you know he is the #1 ranked tight end right now in fantasy? I'm not even kidding.
I know he saved me in one of my fantasy leagues.
He is the #1 tight end. What the hell? He's gotten 2 touchdowns. A touchdown each game.
I bet Tanner trades him.
And Aaron Rodgers actually does look for him. Like, I'm not even kidding. He does throw to him. Like, look at his stats. Like, he's the #1 tight end.
It
I'm dead
must be
serious.
amazing if he's got Rodgers and
Russell too. You
What?
said Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, jeez.
I was so confused. I was like, what?
I didn't even realize I said that.
Tanner said he must be amazing when Russell and Aaron Rodgers throw to.
he doesn't even get in the game that much though. I like
No.
last night I watched the lineup. They always have like running back, receiver. Like they tell you who's in the game, and he doesn't get in that much.
Dude
They
plays
use
like
they use Nick Manette
Yeah.
more than they use Disley.
The fact that the dude plays 10 snaps a game and Tanner has him is just a beast.
That goes to show the talent of Tanner's waiver wire
Yeah.
You gotta pick. You just gotta pick. Sometimes you just gotta pick people up. Just pick them up, drop them, pick them up, pick them up.
Churn and burn.
It's like literally like
Wheel deal
eventually
steal.
you might.
That's the thing. If you got a good feeling about a guy, pick him up. You might have some reservations, but that's why they're on the waiver
Yes,
wire.
exactly.
I mean, but just do it.
If you got
That's my
space, if you got
advice.
space and you don't like somebody, just do it.
I would say, yeah. You never know what's gonna happen. Eventually, you're gonna hit on somebody. Like,
Just do it. Just do it.
all right. Moving on to the 8 o'clock
Wait,
Sunday night.
Who's winning that game?
Oh, I will take.
God, I don't even know.
I will take Seattle. in this
I'm gonna
one.
take Seattle also.
I want to take Dallas. I want to see
I'm
Dallas.
gonna take Dallas in this one.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the 8 o'clock games. New England is in Detroit, and New England is favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah.
I think this is a Tom Brady massacre bounce back game.
Yes, and
If that's how I'm gonna put it.
Patricia against his
And
former
Belichick don't like losing people.
superior. So yeah, and the Lions haven't impressed me that much yet. So
Stafford don't get
just
his head
don't
out
have
his
enough
ass.
to get it done.
They're screwed.
And
I think that Lions team's pretty bad. I don't think they're that good. Their offense might be okay, but I don't think the defense good at all.
no,
I really don't.
Yeah, I agree.
And Brady's gonna make them look like fools. I mean, yeah, they're in Detroit, but Detroit got smacked by the Jets at home. It didn't even matter. Like,
Smacked.
yeah.
so
New England.
New England,
Mhm.
not even a question. All right, I'm surprised that line is not higher. But that, you know what I mean? Or I should say that over under of New England being favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be favored more, but like
I would
7 or
definitely
8.
take the over on that one.
Yeah, probably. I think Brady's gonna have a day.
6 over.
Yeah.
Cody.
Josh Gordon's debut.
Josh Gordon's debut. Now, we talked about it earlier, but I just don't.
He won't play the entire. He'll get snaps, obviously, but he won't.
Yeah, he's not gonna be an integral part of that offense yet. He's not gonna be playing every snap or
No,
something.
I
There's
hope
no
he is.
way.
That'd be
You
sweet.
can't. Not in a week. You can't go and learn an offense like that.
Tom's probably like, I want you to run. I'm gonna pass to you.
Just get over, man.
Just get over.
They'll use him a couple times just to get him worked in, but
Have his confidence.
all right. The Monday night game is going to be Pittsburgh is at Tampa Bay, and Pittsburgh is favored by 1.5 points.
It's magic.
As long as much as I love Fitzmagic happening, it's coming to an end.
It's coming.
Even though I hate
think so
Pittsburgh too. I hate Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh is definitely going to get the win this time.
Yeah.
You can't just
They're-
throw 50-yard bombs
Oh,
every play and
come
score a
on.
touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, you're done. Done.
Yeah. Deshaun Jackson had a 2-point game.
Now, for our listeners, if Deshaun Jackson is on the waiver wire right now, do you go pick him up? Do you like him enough to do that, or would
If you got space, try it. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. But he wasn't when's Jameis coming back?
He's
after
available
this
week 5, I think, right? Or
He
week
was, I
4.
thought he was spent 3 weeks.
Okay. I don't think he has a starting job yet.
I don't think he
No,
can.
I don't think he does either, really.
How do you
Uh,
stop? How do you not play Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
How has he not earned it? How do you tell him, be like, hey,
Yeah,
you're gonna sit the
and-
bench now. We're gonna put Winston in.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd have that conversation.
I
with him.
agree.
Be like, well, I'm the number 1 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Maybe
That's
Winston.
true.
Winston actually needs to sit. He needs to sit.
I think he should.
People are saying he needs to be cut
No.
just for his off-field issues, I guess. Obviously, he'd get picked up, but I'm saying I could see a franchise moving away from him.
You're right.
Eventually, it don't have to be now. I'm just
Moving into Fitzmagic.
No, he's like 36.
But I like him. I like it that he's doing.
Yeah, I like
Fitzpatrick's doing.
Oh, I know.
I like it.
I'm not gonna pick on my fantasy team because I don't trust him. But I didn't think he did.
Dylan is starting him against him this week.
He started him last week, and he friggin' lit it up. He's gonna start him this week, and this Pittsburgh defense, I don't think is what it used to be.
It's not.
I think it's a 53.5 point line. Like, that's fairly higher. There might be a lot of points scored in this game. I think both those defenses aren't that good.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but
I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. But when do you guys? There has been no news on Le'Veon Bell.
I saw something today.
Did you?
I'll share it. That he was spotted in Miami on a jet ski.
No way. Are you serious?
Swear to God, swear. Because
I thought you were gonna say
I was
that.
actually just curious to see what it was, and yeah,
I did
he
not hear
was he was in Miami on the beach and he was on a jet ski, and I guess there's a YouTube video actually of one of his friends saying in the back, like, pay this man, and Le'Veon sitting there saying, like, that's right, or something like that. Literally. He was in Miami Beach.
So I'm sure he's in football shape. Like he is.
I mean, he's in no hurry to come back at all.
No.
I don't even think he cares. At this point,
No, he doesn't. I mean,
I thought you were going to
he's
say
in
something
Miami.
like he talked to Tomlin today.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to be like,
No, like he's on a jet ski, man. It's in the midst of football season.
yeah.
He's vacationing. Like what
The dude just doesn't give a fuck.
he probably comes back week 10. Honestly, at this point, because that's when he absolutely has to. I think he's going to do it. Get rid of his franchise tag. Move on to another team.
Why did Pittsburgh just keep losing and him? Just be, hey.
What if you think they would work? I mean,
They should.
can they work out a deal? Is
They're
that
paying too
options?
much.
Is that option still on the table?
They've already tried.
The dude is making $14 million a year.
You don't
right
think
now.
they break down? What if they lose?
I think they trust James Conner. I really do.
See, the thing about Pittsburgh is the thing that I was thinking about today. Ben's getting older. He's not gonna be around forever.
I think this is his last year. Side note.
Okay, exactly. Antonio Brown, he's getting older, and I don't know if you saw that drama today. He
Antonio?
tweeted, yeah, Chase.
Well, that was yesterday. I saw that.
And I guess his agent came out and said no, he doesn't want to be traded. I think he was just trying to shut up a critic.
He was.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think Antonio Brown. I mean, he loves the Steelers.
Yeah.
But if I was Pittsburgh, I might actually give Le'Veon the money he wants, because like, what are they going to have after? What are they going to have after Big Ben and Brown?
I just don't think they need to pay him that much. Not when they have James Conner there. I think James Conner. You don't believe in James Conner, but man, he looks good.
He does. Now, I will say he is performing
And they don't
very
have to pay him
well.
shit. Like,
But Le'Veon is just the perfect system quarterback for that offense.
I agree, but I'm just saying,
Makes the
like,
biggest
you can go and spend that money on defense, on offensive line. Like, you don't have to pay a running back that gets hurt. Like, he hasn't stayed healthy every season.
I think
Like, he gets hurt. He's not invincible.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Pittsburgh's era is coming to an end.
They are definitely coming.
This is my thing about
Soon.
Le'Veon. It's how does Le'Veon come back and his team not be a little salty?
That's
They
why-
are already. They are salty.
So how does he come back and play at his full? Like, his team let him play at his full
I think
capacity.
he comes
He's
back
not.
and doesn't play.
Exactly, and
But
when
comes
he
back-
does come back and play,
No,
I think his team's not going to be very happy. And I mean, they
No, I
might.
think he's coming back this year. He has to report to the Steelers, but he's not going to play. Like he's just going to be. He has to be able to leave next year.
You know what might be the case is I think that he got wind and reports that they were saying they might just run him into the ground, and I think he didn't want to get hurt.
He's
And-
protecting his long
And
term
he's
value.
protected,
That's
yeah.
what he's doing.
And I think he's just not playing, so he's gonna get beat up for a season, just get the shit knocked out.
Except for you're gonna get beat up on a fucking jet ski.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he has the best chance of getting hurt on jet
Yeah,
ski.
no, I agree, but jet ski's
Like,
not
it's
the
not
best
like
way to keep yourself healthy. Like,
Someone's
those
going to
things
pay
are
him next year, and so others do. It don't have to be on the long term. It could be like,
Man, I'd hate to be that team because your team's gonna be shit. Besides him, you better have a good offensive line. Obviously, he's just.
well, what if it is a good
nothing.
team?
Who's gonna sign him?
I don't know.
What
Maybe
good
they
team? What good team doesn't have a good running back?
Le'Veon, the thing is I know why he was down there. It wasn't just vacationing. He was down there for a rap venue. The dude thinks he's a rapper. I swear to
I
God.
know. I've listened to him a few times.
And I think he thinks he has a potential career in that. If football didn't work out, he would become a rapper. I shit you not. I think that he has that in the back of his mind. I'm not kidding. And I think he was down there for like a rap venue, like he was rapping, and he was in Miami. I swear to God, I think that's what.
Football on my mind.
All right, guys. Anything else before we wrap this up?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to us. This has been another episode of the Beer League Fantasy Podcast. Go ahead, if you don't already, follow us on Twitter at Beer League FB. Give us a like on YouTube. Please subscribe. And thanks a lot. Have a good night, guys. Beer League!
Beer League.